Of course, soon enough, Lightning McQueen wound up in the little town of Radiator Springs. And when he first arrived there, well, of course, it was a bumpy start, as the little YouTube title depicts. And yeah, soon enough, Lightning McQueen wakes up in the day, unconscious, waking up to this guy, Mater.
I like you already. My name's Mater. Mater? Yeah, like Mater, but without the tuh.
Of course, they decided to bring a character like Mater into this, a very rusty old car, because of course, it was established earlier that Lightning McQueen was disgusted with rusty old cars before leaving to go to California, because of course his main sponsor was Rusty's, and the people in charge of that company are rusty old cars. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a bumpy start for these two relationships, which of course grows stronger soon enough, but we'll get to that later. Although what I can say right now about Mater is that of course, when you have a main character, well, not really a main character, one of the side characters be a rusty old car, I mean, I guess adults will already get it straight away why they decided to choose that. But of course, for younger kids, who of course will be the main target audience, they're not sure if they will find a rusty old tow truck appealing. But lo and behold, or whatever the saying goes, they were able to make it work, because they decided to compromise this rusty old car by making him the most expressive character in the movie. And it's all thanks to his design, because of course, even though he's a rusty old car, there's actually two parts of this guy. Of course, the main part and the back part, and it allows him to have a lot more movement compared to other cars, which is just a simple body, as you can see here with Lightning McQueen. And of course, there's other features that really make him more expressive, like of course the windshield mirrors that can move around, even more expressive than regular ears. And of course, you even got the hook that can really just move around, be like a dog's tail or whatever. And you even got the little exposed, what do you call that? A radiator, right? I believe it's a radiator that can also move. It basically acts as his nose. So yeah, they really made this character expressive. It's the reason why he started getting a dozen of shorts after this, and of course have the second movie be based around him. This is why he became a very popular character despite of how he simply looks as a rusty old car. Soon enough, Lightning McQueen is taken to court because, when he was arriving at the little town, he accidentally caused the road to get destroyed. So they went to court and decided to discuss things, and soon enough, it led to him, having to stay in the town because he needs to fix the road himself. And yeah, of course, first of all, he wanted to get it done as soon as he can, as demonstrated with him just using his fast engine of his to just drive all around and just make the road very bumpy. But soon enough, he had to really slow down, and of course, it's a nice way of showing that the character has to slow down, and soon enough, this led to him changing as a result and getting used to the folks around town. You really see a sense of progression that the character has in this movie around this point, where soon enough he gets along with all the people in the town. Of course, especially Mater, who is eager to become friends with whoever this weird red race car is. And they also get along with this character named Sally as well, who is, of course, I guess you could say, the main love interest of this film. And their relationship is a very basic one, to be honest. Of course, they don't get along at first, but soon enough, they start getting used to each other by, talking things out. Very basic, but it works. And we also have this little side story with this guy named Doc. Doc Hudson. Oh wait, sorry. I mean Hudson Hornet, one of the most famous race cars in the Piston Cup from a long time ago. And he's just here in this regular town because, well, yeah, he kind of went into a bit of an accident back during his prime time, and once he got back on the road, the people in charge decided to say that, he's out for good, and that kind of broke him. And then soon enough, Lightning McQueen was able to bring him back, just having him remind of the good times, and he still got it, and maybe something better is going to happen to him as a result, which is actually him becoming Lightning McQueen's crew chief. Spoiler alert, I know I kind of skip a bit there, but yeah, it's also a nice little side story to have alongside this vast little story involving this guy changing for the better. Should be the right side? Yeah, should be the right side. Yeah, I know I'm skipping a lot of the plot right now. I mean, yeah, if you want to watch the movie, then watch the movie. This is just me talking about it and just gushing a whole lot. I already gushed so much about just the character designs alone. And yeah, we're still like halfway through the movie. Let's fasten things up a bit. Like, of course, soon enough, the relationship between these two unlikely people merged, and yeah, it was really fun. Of course, you got the fun little scene where Mater and Light McQueen have some fun, tractor tipping, like cow tipping. I actually never heard of cow tipping before I heard of tractor tipping. I didn't know people can do that. Do they actually tip the cows?
Hey Daniel, can we do cow tipping? Yeah, sure. If it has significance in the plot, then we can do it, Leonard.
But anyways, yeah, of course they had some fun. Of course, went into some danger. Like, of course, after they honked too much of the tractors, I guess the farmer known as Frank arrives. And I've actually seen those machines in real life, and no, it doesn't look like they're that fast. And I don't think they can actually have the ability to destroy a car. In fact, if they even attempt to do that, I believe they're probably gonna get destroyed themselves. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. And plus, it also kind of resonates with me because, of course, I have some friends where we do some insane things that I cannot believe I was actually involved with. Well, not too crazy, but it's stuff that I didn't expect me to do. And yeah. So for some reason now I want to drink hot coffee instead of iced coffee. Maybe I could use my blaster here to... But then when Lightning McQueen started to just get used to the town for reals, the press came in and actually found out where he is and managed to bring him back to the Piston Cup. This is all thanks to Doc Hudson, who was trying his best to really push Lightning McQueen away from his life to not be reminded of the Piston Cup. And soon enough, he got around with it, but we'll get to that later. And you can really see how, Radiator Springs has affected him, because once he got back in the race and onto that racetrack, you can really see a difference in personality.
I am speed. 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 Speed.
Hey, Lightning, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
At the beginning of the movie, of course, he's just like eager to win, not a care in the world. But here, he's just moving very slowly and not really wanting to actually win the race. And yeah, it's basically night and day, which is also pretty cool because, of course, the beginning movie, the race was at night, and the ending movie is actually in day, so that really works. But soon enough, Lightning McQueen's main hope has arrived in the form of the Radiator Springs racing team. I'm not sure how they were able to, form a little racing team as fast as they could, unless there was actually a racing team beforehand. And
Hot snot, we are back in business.
yeah, I would love to see, the backstory behind that. But anyways, I'm getting a bit off topic there. But yes, soon enough, the whole of Radiator Springs has arrived, except for Sally for some reason. I know that some people should stay at the town to, maintain it, but it's a bit weird that Sally wasn't able to make it, especially since he's, the main love interest of our main character here. But still, we got Mater there, which is nice. And we even got Doc Hudson, and, having a brand new perspective on life, and decided to use his racing skills to better perfect his brand new successor, which of course is Lightning McQueen, which is awesome. And soon enough, we get to see Lightning McQueen use his new experiences from Radiator Springs to improve his racing style for the better. And of course, we get to see this actually on the track, where you see Lightning McQueen using the backwards driving technique that Mater taught him in the town. And of course, we also get to see Lightning McQueen use the little drift that Doc Hudson used. And then finally, and this is a very important one, he decided to use his friendly nature to help the king out in his last race because of, when Lightning McQueen was in first place, thanks to all the skills that he used, that he got from Radiator Springs, behind him, the king got crashed into Chick Hicks, that Chick Hicks intentionally did, by the way, causing him to destroy all his vital organs, or should I say, vital car parts. I'm guessing that's correct. And then Lightning McQueen suddenly realizes that this is kind of similar to what happened to Doc Hudson back in the day, where he crashed and he soon retired. And this is kind of similar in a way with, you know, the King being crashed and this is his last race. So he decided to help him out and actually have him finish his last race, even though it means that Lightning McQueen is going to be in last place. How many last words did I say in that sentence? So yeah, this really helped Lightning McQueen and showcases how he changed his character from the beginning to the movie to the end. And the cherry on top is that even despite him being in last place, Texas, which of course is the main person behind Dynaco, actually still offers him the sponsorship, but he declines because yeah, he believes that Rusty's is his home, and he also believes now that Radiator Springs is his home.
Thank you, Mr. Texas. But these Rusty's guys over there gave me my big break. I'm gonna stick with them.
Admittedly, I'm pretty sure you have seen this little storyline happen in other movies. Of course, a guy who's very arrogant and only cares about himself going through some crazy adventure that led him into becoming a better person at the end. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar to you. I'm pretty sure you've heard it in a bunch of other movies like, well, actually, Toy Story, literally Pixar's first movie. But it's done very effectively here, and even though they're very similar, they were able to attempt this concept in a very unique way. And it's actually pretty fitting that this Cars storyline is actually very similar to their first movie, because around this time, Pixar could have actually ended their contract with Disney. Okay, I'm really tired of these guys falling off the pillow. Let me just... Hopefully you guys can see it. I believe this was too low, but let's see. I should have done this before, but anyways, can back up now. Yeah, back in 2006, or like earlier than 2006, the main person who owns Pixar kind of had a lot of beef with the CEO of Disney at the time. Who owned Pixar at the time, you may ask? Well, it was actually Steve Jobs. Yeah, there's a reason why there was an Apple car at the beginning race, but yeah, they were kind of having a lot of bad blood, which kind of led to Pixar possibly ending the contract and both of them parting ways officially. But soon enough, a new CEO came on board and decided, screw it, we need Pixar and we're just gonna buy them out. And they did, and it's kind of led to Disney having a brand new mission of just buying every single franchise that we love. So yeah, Pixar started that whole trend, if you're wondering why this is happening now. As for Cars themselves, surprisingly, I'm not sure if people really talk about it this much, but Cars is essentially one of the biggest franchise Pixar has. I mean, come on, even their first movie, Toy Story, doesn't have that much content compared to Cars. I mean, of course, they got the 3 movies. It's not 4 movies like Toy Story, but to compensate for that, they got 2 spin-off movies made by a different studio. And they also have video games that are unrelated to any movie. Race-O-Rama, Mater National. I loved those games when I was a kid. And we got dozens upon dozens of short films starring Mater or starring some other person from the world of Cars, as people usually put this little franchise as. And yeah, I really loved that as a kid, and I still loved it now. And after, you know, reviewing this movie for you guys, I have a bigger appreciation for it. So thank you, Pixar. Thank you to all the people who worked on the Cars movie, or should I say also movies and other stuff relating to Cars. Because yeah, it really changed my life. I wouldn't be making videos if it weren't for Cars. So thank you, Lightning McQueen, or should I say Monterab. No wonder you changed your name. Anyways, oh, hang on, wait, maybe I should turn on the computer now since it's all over. Okay, that seems a bit more seamless, I guess. Anyways, alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So happy that I finally got around to making this video. I really was thinking of doing this for a while now, and I thought this would be the perfect time to do it, to end off the year, to end off my little 10th anniversary year. Yeah, it's a pretty perfect ending, to be honest with you. It's really great to finally show my appreciation for this movie, in a lot more greater detail than I would have back then. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for those who have been supporting me for the last 10 years or even earlier than that. No matter where you came from, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you guys next time in the next year. So until then, guys, rock it on and ka-chow.
Yeah.